Can taking a break actually save a relationship? Because sometimes when someone says, let's take a break, they genuinely need space. But sometimes it's the beginning of the end. By the end of the video, you'll hear our take. So we came across a story about a couple that had been together for 4.5 years. She wanted more closeness, while he felt it was becoming too much. And instead of breaking up, they came up with a plan that neither of us have ever heard of. And when my wife and I started talking about it, the conversation took a turn we never expected. We both ended up on different sides, and opened up about things we'd never shared with each other about our past relationships. So, can taking a break actually save a relationship? Let's get into the story. My girlfriend, female 23, and me, male 23, are on the brink of breaking up after 4.5 years because we can't break our push-pull dynamic. What did you guys help to overcome it? My girlfriend and I have been together for 4.5 years, but we always had a problem with loving each other properly. While I have an avoidant attachment type, she is the exact opposite and pursues attachment. This forms a push-pull dynamic, which is typical for the combination of such attachment styles. Sounds like a psychiatrist. Whilst we had a lot of beautiful moments, it always started to get worse the longer we stayed together. I would start feeling anxious, and if I couldn't get away from her, I started to develop negative thoughts towards her to form a subconscious wall towards her. We tried different things, but nothing seemed to work over a long period. We love sleeping with each other because this helps against such feelings for a short period of time. But this always is a temporary solution and does not help with the problem. I think the main problem lies within me. And I made the following plan to work on the problems, or else we will break up. Because I think the main problem is that I don't recognize the negative feelings. I think I need more time for myself to introspect. That's why I want to cut off contact with her for 6 weeks. Okay.
That's a long time.
In which I go on vacation with my brother and friend, because I also have a weaker accumulation of such feelings with other persons. This would give me the opportunity to practice behaviors with other people.
Interesting.
I want to monitor my feeling of being overwhelmed on a scale and would then take time for me to think. I also would leave my phone at home for the whole duration. What? So I don't have the feeling of being pursued and can introspect. Also, this would give my girlfriend the opportunity to work on herself and to recognize her boundaries. After these 6 weeks, we would try to stay together for 2 to 3 weeks and look if this monitoring of feelings also works with her. Also, we won't be sleeping together, so my feelings won't get suffocated. If it won't work, we will break up because we both can't find the love we are craving in this relationship. I want to love my girlfriend the way she deserves it, and it breaks me that I can't. My question to you is to rate this plan and make suggestions, especially because people that have experienced such a relationship and maybe even healed such a dynamic. My main takeaway, though, and my reaction is the 6-week period.
That's a long time.
That's interesting. Where does that come from, 6 weeks? Like, very specific.
Yeah, I don't know.
He sounds kind of like
a
robot. Like, I observe my feelings to be. Maybe that's how I sound. I observe my feelings to be this way. Therefore, I must practice with other persons.
Maybe he's making a 6 weeks planned vacation.
Yeah.
Week 1, I'm going here. Anyways. It's really up to the two person to work out their baggages of that. Like if you can't, and this is the kind of communication that they have to work with going forward, then it might not work. It just might be like this all the time. And you still have a long time together if you chooses to like get married or things like that. Being with someone shouldn't be that complicated. Yeah. And I don't mean like, oh, it should be like easy walk at the park. But you both should at least be able to communicate. You both should at least be on the same page with a lot of core values. Even the way you want to be loved, the way he explained it, it seemed like they're kind of like the opposite.
Right.
She want to be attached to him. He want to like disattach himself. That's really hard.
Do you think if people are having problems, the idea of a break can help for a specified time? The idea would be they break up or whatever for 6 weeks in this case, and then come back together.
I think it can help.
It can help.
It can help in some cases, but it has to be truly to reassess yourself or like what's the path for the relationship. And it's not just this, like, because I've seen this happen in other people's in my life that I've encountered, that they just use let's be on the break as an excuse to maybe like go to a party that they truly want to go and just can't go because they're in a relationship. Like a toxic type of things as an excuse to do if that's your excuse to do those kind of things, then maybe you're not ready to be in a relationship. But if it's truly just this is gotten out of hand, it's just too much for us, we had to kind of take a step back and take a breather, really think about what are each other's mistakes and then trying to fix that together. What is your thought?
I think my idea of a strong and healthy relationship has obviously evolved, not just through our time together, but past relationships as well. I fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I've been in relationships where what you just said was acceptable, where for a weekend or for a week or some, whatever party, this thing where people say, oh, I'm single for the weekend, or I'm single for the week.
That's just being toxic.
Yeah. And that's called cheating. That's what cheating means.
Like, this week I'm gonna be single, and then I'll come back to you again.
Yeah. What's worse is that you may not even communicate that to your partner.
No.
But yeah, toxic with
that's what I mean.
T.
Like, if that's your goal, then you maybe should really not be in a relationship, because it means you're not ready to be committed to someone. Well, actually, for average person who are monogamous, but of course how you define relationship is different for each person. But if your goal is just still to sleep around, and not committed, then that's maybe not what you're looking for.
One thing I'm grateful for our marriage, what you've taught me, is just like you said, being with someone is like plain and simple. Common sense. You don't cheat. You don't do things that would make your partner feel uncomfortable in any social situation. And it's very simple rules. I find that in today's relationship culture, and I've experienced that in past relationships, people just want to make it muddy and a lot of gray area. It's like, well, I mean, it depends, and it's this and that, and like this, a lot of rationalization. Well, for the 6 weeks, I'm going to see how it goes, and then if after that, we can come back together again. If after what, you've hooked up with somebody else, that's probably what maybe he's thinking of. This isn't a guy-girl thing, but you hear that a lot, at least in the circles I've been in before. I think it sucks because that's not what I have come to understand a strong and healthy relationship is.
Never really heard that term that he described of he's someone that disattach himself. What does that even mean? You're in a relationship, you want to disassociate yourself from...
I'm assuming what he means is maybe he's someone that doesn't like to be checked up on. He doesn't, maybe, this is my assumption, but he doesn't want to necessarily tell anyone that I'm going, I have to tell her, oh, I'm going to this place, I'm going to see these people.
Oh.
Because he even mentioned the 6 weeks period, I'm going to leave my phone away.
Yeah, that sounds like...
To me, that's another example. Accountability.
Yeah.
I've had instances in past relationships where, and to be fair, I did it too, but where there's long periods of time where one partner just doesn't respond through text or something. Like the other partner is like, hey, where are you at? And then there's just long period of time. And then it's acceptable to go like hours. Like, oh, I just wasn't checking my phone. It's like, really? Like,
Yeah.
And then the whole, you taught me that this was weird. But in American dating culture, there's this division of my stuff and your stuff. Like, you should trust me with my phone, and then you as my partner, even if I'm committed to you, you don't have a right to check my phone and all the texts and things like that.
Well, I don't know.
I want you to talk more about that.
I kind of don't want to.
Okay.
Because I think it's what is the word? Stigma for a lot of Americans to have that boundary be like taken away, because to them it's like privacy or like whatever. Not
comment down below, is it okay for your partner to check your phone for any reason? I want to hear you get triggered.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't really want to comment, but me personally, if your partner doesn't have anything to hide, not to say that you should check on your partner's phone like every minutes of the day, right? But like if they don't have anything to hide, you should have accessibility quite easily through their stuff, right? I'm an open book. Like, you can check my phone, you can look whatever through the things. I believe in this. You treat others how you want to be treated, especially in
You're
a
the best at that.
I try, especially in a relationship, like a partnership. I think that's really big in respect for each other. And I think because my perspective is that you can check my phone at any time of the day that you want to. So then my perspective is that you would reciprocate that for me. So that's where it comes from. But like if you are maybe you and your partner who's not so much of those kind of people, where you don't like people to be all over your phone, or you don't like your partner to go through your stuff, and your partner is also okay with that, then I think it's fair game. But if your partner and you are agreed upon that, then that should be a consistent consensus between, is that the right word?
Mm-hmm.
Between the two of you. So I think that's where the relationship, it kind of, from what he's explaining, is like she's the type that it's okay for that for her, but he's not. So but like, what is your reason for not wanting her to check on your phone or like look through your stuff, things like that? That means you have things that you may not want her to see or look at, right?
Yeah. You think maybe that's like a cultural difference of how people choose to date? The reason why I asked that is because for a long time I've held on to that, and I call it American stigma, because maybe in other cultures it's not so much like that. This siloed type of dating. Siloed meaning there's only certain aspects of me as a person that I'll connect with you as my partner, but only just a handful. One thing that I think I've grown in my time with you, that you've helped me see, is that what, at least to us, what it means to be in a strong, healthy, and good, for lack of a better phrase, relationship, is that any aspect of you as a person is fair game to talk about, to grow together, and address together. You can't just pick and choose like that. It's like, we connect on so many things, but you can't check my phone. Or we connect on so many things, but we can't talk about your work. Or we connect on so many things, but I don't have a say in your social circle. Something like that. What I'm trying to describe is that, in my experience in American dating culture, is like that. It's like this siloed, I can't think of another word for it, but just this segmented dating. But what you've taught me is more of like a comprehensive, as a whole person.
I feel like American culture, I can't fully penetrate it. Like, I only
Interesting
understand.
word choice.
I can only understand to a certain like degree.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't born and raised here.
Where are you from, babe? For those that are watching.
From Thailand. I was born.
Sawadee-krap.
I was born in Thailand. I think that my belief in what relationship looks like, it's probably very different than an average Americans, right? I can see that Americans is very individualism, right? But I think that's
to a fault, I think. By the way, I'm Filipino American. I was born here in the U.S. And I think, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think
it's okay.
One very unique thing about our relationship is that it brings together different cultures.
Missing pieces. Yeah.
And it goes together.
Yeah.
You've taught me a lot about what may be missing from American dating culture. And probably vice versa too. Anyway, continue.
I think sometimes Americans play with kind of like how lawyer plays with the law. There's loopholes, so I can I can do this, and technically like it's legal, right?
But actually, technically,
yeah. So yeah, like I think that's what they're playing into this, my boundaries of things. Therefore, my partner should not allow to enter in those. That's their loophole of like boundaries, right?
Yeah.
And I think there are certain boundaries that is true you can't really cross. Like if it's my body, I should have the choice to be like, today don't touch me or whatever. There are boundaries like that you can't.
Of course.
You can't cross. But like, how come you're allowed to see my full bodies, but you're not allowed to see my phone?
Yeah.
Right. Like
weird.
you're allowed to get in my pants, but you're not allowed to get in my phone like that. I can understand to a certain degree, because there may be trust issue with stolen account numbers or important information like that, like finance information or personal information, and not necessarily just like the social media or like maybe the photos, like things like that. Rightfully so, you want to guard those, especially if this is just one you are dating. and you want to guard, like maybe you don't want them to get into your phone because you have sensitive information like bank account number or like others more sensitive information, and not like social media like sensitive information, right? I think your partner should be able to have access to those type of things because you're in a relationship with them. So if they're talking to someone else, it's also involve you directly, right? Because you're in a committed relationship. I don't know how would you be able to have that privacy with personal information but still have that openness of social media or like whatever that related to the relationship.
Not to say that your partner wanting your phone proves that they love you or anything. But it's just, this reminds me of a very stark night and day experience that I had with my ex before versus you when it comes to the phone. And so my ex, long story short, we were eating a meal somewhere. She did this thing where she put her phone always face down. Face down. And without getting into too much detail, I decided to look at it. I didn't really find anything in particular of interest because she had went to the bathroom and I checked her phone. It was just out of, I don't know why I did it. And then when she came back, she was like infuriated. And then and what's weird is that we didn't fight over a lot of things, but that really, so that really set the tone. So I thought, oh, okay, so that taught me that's like a no-no. And then in our relationship is kind of quite the opposite. Yeah, similar. You had wanted to look at my phone and I got like super defensive.
Yeah.
My point though is that my experience with my ex, it felt weird. It felt inside, it felt like there's something off. It shouldn't be like this. This shouldn't be the reaction. But I held on to that for a long time and I learned a lot of not so good lessons. I'm not blaming my ex in particular. It's just like the type of headspace she was in and when I was in anyway. So in our relationship, when I was presented with a different experience, I acted defensive and everything. But I've learned, and now it makes more sense. And like you said, not to say that you should be checking your partner's phone every second. But there also shouldn't be this resistant, like, oh, my phone. You can't see it.
I think it's exactly. Like what are you hiding, right? You shouldn't have the need to check it, but if you want to, it's there. It's no problem. Like you hiding it so much, like, you know. I think also that's part of connecting with your partner too. Just be able to fully trust them, like in every level, like that. But that's just my way of operating. Maybe it's not healthy. I don't know. Comment down below what you guys think on that.
Thanks for opening up about that. Well, I kind of forced you on.
It's okay. Like I just thought like it's controversial. Right? That's the word. And people have different opinions on it based on their beliefs. There's no right or wrong, but what's not right is if both partners, both people in the relationship don't see an eye to eye. Again, if you both are people that I'm not going to check his phone, he's not going to check my phone, we're both okay with it, I don't need to see whatever is going on in his phone, it stays in there, then great, you know, like good for you guys. Or if you're the opposite, we know each other's passport. We know each other's passwords. We can go in and out of the phone, no problem.
I do have your passport, actually.
Yeah, you can steal my identity if you want to.
But not your phone. That's a no-no.
When it started to become a problem is if you both are like the opposite. One person don't like checking while the other person have to check it, you know, like that.
Yeah. No right or wrong with the phone thing. It's just
so it's
whatever works
for you guys. But
and for us, what puts me more and more at ease is as our relationship has developed into a more committed and anything is fair game. On the surface, before you start doing that, it seems harder, especially if you've never done it before and you've never had a relationship like that. But once there is that openness and once there is like anything is fair game, it actually becomes easier in a way. It's a little hard to describe.
Like you feeling more at ease.
Yeah, I feel definitely more at ease with you being my wife than any other of my past
Any other past wives.
Yeah, you're my first wife and last wife. Yeah, any other wife.
Yeah. Going back to the post, I don't know what his reason is to want to go away, but it kind of seemed like maybe he's not, if that's what he was describing, like disattachment, maybe he's really not ready to be in a committed relationship. Like,
Maybe just not with her.
it's not with her too. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it just depends who it is. Maybe if it's someone that you don't actually want to be with, that person can be viewed as, oh, they're being clingy.
Mm-hmm.
But if it is someone that you do want to be with, then you wouldn't think of it like that.
Yeah, good point. And I also think if you are with someone that you want to be with, you're going to want to spend every minute of your day with them.
Yeah.
But if you don't feel like on your free time, you just want to do something else but spend time with this person, maybe there's not a lot of chemistry there.
Mm-hmm.
He also mentioned that they sleep well together, right? Does that mean like they have good sex together, or like I don't know what that means?
I think so.
Okay, so I think it kind of sound like they're probably just, to him, his perspective, they just have good sex, but doesn't necessarily mean like good chemistry, like in terms of
it's almost the way he describes it. It's like it's good enough, like that.
Yeah.
To me,
kind of feel like maybe there's not a lot of emotional connection
or even attraction, maybe.
Maybe because they're sleeping together, so there has to be like physical attraction. But I think what's lacking is maybe the emotional connection, because again, if you're emotionally attracted to this person, you always want to spend time with them and talk about random things like how we're doing right now, right? We can spend hours just chit-chatting and we'll look at our time. It's like, oh shoot, like few hours gone by like that.
I think you said it before. We'll make the trip back from Vegas to Sac every so often, like the road trip, like 8 hours. And we talk about this stuff.
Yeah,
and
8
Like,
hours.
oh, why don't we just do a podcast?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. So yeah,
don't forget to subscribe.
If he's having a hard time want to be with her, I think it's not, the emotional connection's not fully there.
Yeah. This reminds me of the last topic we talked about. I'll link that conversation somewhere on the top of the screen. But in that one, it was more the lady was waiting for commitments, and then it's been a few years and the guy didn't do it. And then the comments were like, well, if he could, he would. And maybe it's similar to this one. If he was really into you being the girl, he wouldn't have this like master like 6 weeks, and then if and when we feel better, then we'll continue. Who thinks like that if it's someone that you're into?
Yeah.
You want to get together now.
Yeah. I think personally, if I really am attracted to someone or interested in someone, I always want to be with them.
Yeah.
Even when you're mad, maybe go a day or two without talking to them because you're pissed, right? But you still want to be like close proximity with that person, like a phone call away or something like that.
Yeah. Let's read one or two of the
comments.
comments.
Yeah.
So this comment says, honest take, 6 weeks no contact while on vacation isn't a plan. That's just a breakup with extra steps. Yeah, I agree. If you're serious about fixing it, go see a couples therapist together, not run from it.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Very well put. Let's call it whatever you want. That's a breakup.
Yeah, it's a breakup. It's a avoidance too. Next comment.
Next one. This is an absolutely horrible plan. The way to work through this is by going to therapy, not by cutting off your partner and disappearing for 6 weeks. Don't act like escaping is an even remotely valid approach to addressing your avoidance. Yeah.
That's kind of like similar points. Like I think it's okay for some time off to get away from each other if you truly work on your stuff, right? And if it's just like a few days and then come back, like clear your mind and come back and talk. But 6 weeks, that's a long time to be away from a partner who you wanted to work on stuff with. Yeah. And he's on a vacation plan for it too. So
that just makes me think too, there is also such a thing as the highs and lows of a relationship. You don't necessarily have to break up just because things aren't going well. It could just be some time where maybe you're not talking as much, but you still are respectful to the other person. You're still technically together, and you don't do anything that would call into question your fidelity or your commitment. That's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. I also think being girlfriend and boyfriend, it's like a trial marriage for you too, because it's kind of like I love you through thick and thin, for better or for worse.
Thick and thin.
Or thick or thick.
Yeah, thick or thick.
For better or worse, right?
Yeah.
And like when you're in the downtime of your relationship, you should still sit with those uncomfortable feelings together.
Yeah.
Even when you're in that height where you both are happy, you enjoy it together, right?
Because this guy has the whole vacation plan.
Yeah.
But I bet you if the roles were reversed and she had some crazy, like, Girls Gone Wild, like, vacation with, I don't know, a bunch of guys there, like, he'd be the first one to be like, oh, no, like, don't do that. Well, I'm just assuming.
Meaning, like, he wouldn't like it either if she would to do the same thing, what he's doing. Yeah.
Well, best of luck to this couple. That was an interesting one. If you enjoyed, hit like, subscribe, and comment below your thoughts. I'm Ellis. This is my lovely wife, Nou. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.